Attention YouTube reviewer, the following video is filmed on a private gun range by a firearms expert. All firearms are handled responsibly and at no point are any bystanders present or ever at risk. The following video also contains no footage of full auto firearms, bump stocks, firearm modifications, or firearm ammunition cells as defined by YouTube's community guidelines. This includes our outro. Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the HK416D 22 long rifle. This is a 22 version of the legendary HK416. But before we get into it, let's take a moment to thank today's sponsor. Do you like firearms just like I do and hate gun control? Do you want to let all of your liberal friends and family know about it? Well, go over to txodmshop.com and get yourself one of my gun control hats, just like this one right here, and help support the channel. Every single one of these hats get you nice embroidered. You got different colors, different types of camos, and this one's multicam, and you get the gun control nice and embroidered there on the front, and an American flag on the side. So y'all go over to txodmshop.com and help support the channel and get yourself one of these awesome hats. Alright, now that that shameless self-promotion is out of the way, let's take a look at this little 22 rifle. Now, if y'all have been fans of my channel, have been around for any amount of time, you know that I have a disdain for a couple different classifications of firearms. First of all, I'm not a huge fan of striker fire handguns. Don't like them. I don't like not being able to decock the trigger, the hammer, stuff like that. And then also, I'm not a big fan of 22 caliber clones of historical or significant firearms, because I believe usually once you take it to a 22, you're making it just a direct blowback rifle, and you remove a lot of the interesting mechanics of the rifle. Now, there is a place for rifles like this, and I'll get into that a little later on, but generally that's how I feel. Now, the 416D is licensed by HK and made by Walther, and imported by, let's see here, it's got an import on here somewhere. Maybe this one wasn't imported, but yeah, Umerix USA, and I believe they're that Turkish company that makes all those semi-auto shotguns. So, a lot of names involved with it, and when we get into it, you're going to kind of see some interesting little things that are kind of annoying. So, first of all, let's get into pretty much just the basics on this rifle. It's a 22 rifle, semi-automatic, takes YouTube safe 19 round magazines, wink, wink, and to be honest, actually, it's a nice rifle. This thing shoots really well. I think that they go for like $500 right now, give or take. They may have gone up or down. From what last time I saw, they were around $500. But externally, it will take any standard AR or HK416 accessories. So buttstocks, grips, all that stuff like that. All interchangeable. It's really when you get down to the internals that you really start to see some difference. I believe the flash hider is actually threaded the opposite direction, uses different threads, so you can't put basic AR flash hiders on there, which I think is a little weird. But basically everything else on the outside is HK416. You got the HK416 sights, this drum sight, we'll talk about that in a little while. You have your regular you know, safety. You got your mag release, which is, your mag release, but then also the bolt hold open. That does not function, actually. That's a little weird, but it does not function. Now, I believe, I think it uses the same 416 grip, 416 stock. The tube, I believe, is proprietary to this. You can't use a regular AR or 416 buffer tube on it. And I believe the same thing with the charging handle. So basically, anything that's specific for the actual operating system is kind of, you know, you can't swap that out. Also, the gas block. It is a 416 style gas block. It has all the QD points and mount points, just like that. However, it is not drilled out on the back for any kind of gas tap for the piston or anything like that. So, and obviously the barrel is not a 416 barrel to my knowledge. I don't believe it is. It's very well possible. It could be one that has an extension. I don't know for sure on that. Kind of irrelevant. So, Walther produces these, ships them to the U.S. through Carnus or whatever, Eurmex, however they pronounce that, and that's how they come into the U.S. Now, the 416 does have some neat little things for it. First of all, let's talk about these sights. I do like these sights a lot. So these are the HK sights, which were adopted from the Setme. Well, the Setme originally had a flip-up sights, but they did have this kind of drub turret, and then HK really designed these sights and really got them kind of set up. And we do have a multiple set on here. It rotates just like normal. You got your big battle sight, and then all the way down to, I think, that one there, which I don't believe they're actually labeled. Now, if you can see, it does wobble a bit. It's not really as tight as a true HK sight should be. The front, I mean, it's a big block aluminum with a, you know, with a post there. So you can't do much with that. What is neat, though, is that these are removable, and you can put these on any, you know, railed AR of any kind. So that's kind of neat. So if you really, if you like these sights, but like, you know what, I think these better on my AR, I'm gonna take these and put that on. You can do that. So that's kind of cool. Now, along with the 416, some of the other cool features you get, besides literally having mounting points everywhere, is the grip here has a little storage compartment in it. You just kind of twist that and then get your nail or something right there. You can take that off, and then you can store a couple batteries, ammunition, some bank line, whatever you can make fit in there, you can get in there. And you just turn that shut, and that is locked. Now, it also has your basic adjustments, but you also have the HK 416 storage compartment in the buttstock as well, and you can fit quite a bit more in here as well. So you can get some more stuff in here. So one of my case uses for this rifle that I will argue is this would make a good little survival rifle, simply because it is pretty light, because it's 22. You can carry a lot of ammunition, and you do got some extra storage compartments with it. So that's something neat. As far as shooting, this rifle did shoot very, very well. When I took it out to shoot, my camera guy, he brought his girlfriend, and she was able to ring still at 100 yards with these sights, no problem with this rifle. I didn't take it out to 100 yards because I mostly focus on the tight, close to quarter stuff like that. However, I may do a 22 accuracy showdown, and it'd be the HK 416D versus the MP5 22, and then maybe some other traditional 22s like the nylon and stuff like that. That might be kind of a cool video. So let's get into the disassembly of this rifle real fast so we can talk about that. Now, I like to clamp in buttstock because generally I'm always going to run with a short buttstock, short arms, short guide, short length of pull. That works good for me, but it also makes it a little easier to handle around. Now, this does take apart mostly just like a regular AR. The only difference is the pins are not captive like anything else in the AR family. So the pin comes completely out. Now I don't know if this is true with the real 416. I don't see any reason why it would need to be. There's not much of a real purpose behind not having captive. Now we take it apart, and guess what? We're done for disassembly. That's really all you really need to do. Walther actually, when they come in to talk about doing the cleaning, this is as far as Walther recommends you take the rifle down. From here, you can apparently do all the cleaning you need to keep the rifle functioning. This is your field strip. So for them, the way that they talk about it, they pretty much say you use a spray cleaner, brake cleaner, something like that, and you can spray everything here, wipe it down with a rag, and that's it. Now, if you look here, this bolt release does physically move. So one of the things I've been curious about with this here is, and y'all can tell me down in the comments, is this a real regular 416 lower? Can you take this 22 fire control group out and put an AR trigger pack in here? I don't know. I have not reached out to Walther to see if that is the case, and I don't have a 416 in hand to actually test that. I do know there's a lot of the 22 conversion kits out there that use the factory AR lower, nothing modified, and it's just the upper that has everything modified in it. But just looking at the fact that the bolt release does move leads me to believe that it is very well possible that this might be a regular 416 lower. So if y'all know for sure down below, let me know. Now for the upper, this is pretty much what you're looking at. You got this huge aluminum assembly in here. I assume it's aluminum, could be pot metal. And that's basically all the 22 fire control group here. Now what they recommend when you... Oh, and the other reason what makes me think that this might be factory HK416 stuff is it still has the, you know... But it doesn't have... Yeah, no it does. Yeah, you have your forward assist, but it hits the rail of this here, so it can't go in. So, I mean, why would they have it on there? See, to me, from a manufacturing point of view, it makes a lot more sense to build this on a regular 416 upper and lower, because why would you build separate uppers and lowers specifically for the 22 when you already have them? Just design the 22 conversion kit to go in it. But then that's also the question of, if that's the case, why did they even bother building this? Because this looks like the exact same position as a regular AR hammer. So, thoughts. But Walther recommends spraying all this out with a cleaner and wiping it down with a rag, and then you're good to go. They said if you need to snake it, you pull the bolt back and you hold down the mag release here and let it forward slowly so it catches, so it holds the bolt open. Then you can run your snake down the board, clean it out. You can also get to some of this stuff right here that has carbon buildup, and then you know, when you're ready to go, you just slap it back together. Now, interesting, it's got like the serial number on the bolt assembly itself, which I find interesting. Let me see, does it match? Yeah, it does match. So there's the serial number on the lower, serial number on this bolt, and a serial number on this barrel extension. So one of these days, I might tear this thing completely down, the upper, and take it all apart and see how much of this is still compatible with actual AR or HK parts, because I haven't really looked it up online, and you know, who knows. Anyways, now the assembly's done. Let's put it back together. Pop that in. Now one of these pins is shorter than the other, and that goes in the front. So pop that in there like so. That's in. And you notice it's going to sit flush right here while the rear pin is slightly longer and does protrude. Trying to put the right spot. And it does protrude, so boom, there we go. And we're back together. We're set. So let's talk about some of the ergonomics. So if you're used to an AR platform, you're going to be used to the 416 and the 416D. Everything's in the exact same spot. Only thing I don't like is this little knob here on the grip. Not a huge fan of that. And I'm kind of not a big fan of how much this grip kind of bulges out on the bottom. You got smaller hands. It is a little bit more uncomfortable. You can't get a good, tight grip on it, but it's 22, no recoil. Who cares? So mag release, same spot, functions exactly the same. Of course, you got your forward assist, doesn't do anything. Deflector does not do anything because the brass ejects almost straight out. You got your bolt drop here on the other side, which is non-functional. And then you got your charging handle that works just like any other AR, except you only got 2 inches worth of throw. Basically, that's everything. And then, of course, your safety here on the bottom. So let's go ahead and let's dose the trigger and kind of see how the trigger is. So first we got just a little bit of play and then a pretty sizable wall. Okay, we're on the wall. Pressure, solid wall. Nice, solid. You know what? It would help if I took off a safe. Okay, so we got that same amount of play. We're on that wall. Pretty sturdy wall. A little bit of creep. Another wall. Okay. Pretty heavy brake, solid wall. You can predict that though. So it's pretty solid. Let's reset. Okay. Creep on the reset. Oh, a very light audible click. You would not hear that on the field or if you had ear pro in. And then we're back on that wall again. A little bit of creep. And that solid wall. Yeah. So overall, not a great trigger. It's pretty heavy, to be honest. It's especially for a 22. But it is what it is. Now, in my shooting this rifle is very accurate and it was very reliable. I had no issues with this particular rifle. Now, for the case study of when you would use a rifle like this, me personally, something like this for me obviously is fun just planking at the range. Semi-auto 22, always going to be fun. But if you're wanting some more serious case uses for this, I will argue that this could be a good little survival gun. Because, once again, like I said, it's light, it's 22, you can carry a ton of ammunition with it. And it's semi-auto, you have all the options for any attachments that you want, lights, scopes, all that. And you could probably, between the stock and the grip, probably carry 100 rounds of ammunition on the rifle itself. It'd be noisy, but you could. Now, the other case use that I would argue for this rifle is you have a AK-416 and you want to trade with it and you want to be proficient with it, but you don't want to spend a ton of ammo on 5.56 and 223. So what do? You get one of these. It feels exactly like your gun that you want to be proficient on. It handles just like it, and everything's the same. So you can train with this rifle and get proficient. Set this rifle up exactly like your work gun, and do your training and stuff with this and save a ton of money because you're shooting 22 long rifle instead of 5.56 or 223. That to me is the main case use for these type of guns that are just they're just clones of full powered rifles. So that would be the case study for this. Now, what I would have liked HK and Walter to do is I would have really liked this to have been confirmed that this is just a base HK416 that has the conversion kit in it for 22. And then from there, if you wanted to spend the time and money, you can convert this back to an HK416 by getting a proper gas block plug, barrel, and bolts and fire control group. Swap all that out into the rifle, because I don't know if you know much about HK416s. They're low pricey, but they're good rifles. So that would have been kind of neat if they allowed that. And to be honest, it would be easier to go that route than to produce a completely new rifle on its own. But it is what it is. You can't have everything. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. That's all I'm going to talk about on this neat little rifle. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of 22 clones of full-powered rifles. But, you know what? Every once in a while, something changes my mind. So, and that's exactly how I feel about the 416 and the MP5 22, which is probably going to be the next review. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Please like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff. I know most of y'all that actually watch the videos are not subscribed, and my subscribers are not the ones watching my videos. So if you subscribe, thumbs up, let me know. Tell me what you think of this here, if you have one, if you think it's a good deal. And also, like I said, questions. You know how much of this could be converted back to a full 416D. Also, merch store. You know, I got the hats, I got the shirts, I got the Trump stuff right now because of this past weekend. All that stuff. So y'all guys, please check out the merch store. Help me out so I can keep bringing y'all content like this. I run a full-time business and do this mostly on the side, and YouTube doesn't pay me really much at all, you know. So, anyways, guys, y'all have a good day, and let me know what you think of the rifle. Y'all have a good one.